This is just a quick video to show you how fast you can put a schematic together with the pieces in Schematics in a snap. And I am using the Inkscape version, which is the free software version, because I am not as proficient with Inkscape. I'm actually faster in Illustrator because I've been using it for decades, maybe? Oh goodness, has it been decades? It's been at least a decade. It's been a long time. But anyhow, I've got a timer here going, and I will keep that up there so you can see. We're not going to be cutting this film at all. You're going to listen to me blather. So the first thing that I want to do, I've got my schematic builder here that's got, the different things that I'm going to need. But I'm going to come over here into my library. I'm going to grab the pieces that I want. So I'm going to grab a medium. I tried to do that already. I'm going to grab the medium high hip, and we're going to do a yoke with a long sleeve. So we're going to grab both of those, and I'm going to copy those, and I'm going to come back into my builder, and I'm going to paste them, and they're going to come in all kinds of weird places. So where'd that other one go? We're going to go ahead and grab that. Now I'm going to make this a little bit bigger because I want you to see the grid and be able to see how everything snaps together. So I've got this one. Yeah, that looks pretty good. That's right on a grid. And then this one, I'm going to go ahead and everything's going to snap right together. And then now once I've got that and that, I want to group these. I like to group them because that way if I move part of it, the whole thing will move, and that makes me happy. So I like to have it on that line in the center. So let's go ahead and grab our measurement pieces. We're going to assume that everything here is pretty much worked in the round, but we are going to need some flat measurement pieces. So I'm going to grab my flat measurement piece here and start off by getting my yoke depth. And I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to grab another version of that, and then I realized that that's not over far enough. Oops, I made too many. Let's start down here at the bottom because I like to keep things a block away. Make that a little bigger. There we go. Okay, do that, and then we'll stretch that up to here, and then we'll move this one over here, and then those are ready. We also want a separate little fella for the front neck drop, and for that one I'm debating where I want to put that. I think it's gonna end up, oops, I think that one's gonna end up over here, and we're gonna just do that because that's a pretty small neck drop there, because we'll just need a letter there. Yeah, that should work. And then do we want the back measurement to be, we're going to do the back measurement flat too. Now you can rotate these pieces, so you really don't need all of them. I just find that it's easier to do. I might just copy and paste that because that was a pain in the patukas. Make sure eyes kind of thing. Okay, so that's my back and neck width. And then we need some round measurements. We're going to need this one, and we're going to need this one. This one we're going to start off for this bottom hip number, and we're going to stretch that until it gets to there. And then we're going to get another one of these, and this is going to be our bust, which is going to be about right there. Yeah, that should work. We're just going to move that down a little bit so that that's our bust measurement. And then we need just a couple more measurements here. We need an upper arm circumference. We're just going to inch this one a little bit. I might have to turn off snapping for a second, so make that a little bit. There we go, like that. And then we're going to duplicate this and bring it here. We're going to turn snapping back on because we want this snapped. We might have to turn this off for a second because we already unsnapped this. And that should get us closer. There we go. So that should be the measurement for that. Oh, and then we also need a length for the arm. Oh, that'll be this. And we'll duplicate that one. And we're just gonna, oops, you know what? We're gonna undo that and turn the snapping back on before we move it. That way it snaps into place. Sometimes when it gets unsnapped, it's a little hard to get it snapped back. So that'll give us a sleeve length. Okay, so then what I'm going to do, I'm going to make this a little smaller so you can see it. And I'm going to go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. So those are the letters that I need. So I just need this first set of letters. And I'm going to bring this up. And the rest of this I don't need. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it all. And then that way we can get these in place. A, B, and then we just start putting these into place. Oops, grabbed the wrong bit again. There we go. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do an undo. There we go. Make sure we're grabbing the right portion. Sometimes when you get things stacked, it gets a little persnickety. And then we've got a D here. And then an E here. F. And G. Now, once I get all these letters, once I get all these letters placed, I'm kind of done. But I also want to, I might go through and tweak some things. Like I might go through and make sure that certain things are lined up together. For example, the D and the C here, I would want those to be, let's see here. There's the one for aligning. And I'm going to say, let's align those to the left of each other. And then A and B, we want to make sure that they're centered together. Oh, also A, B, and F. Let's center all of those. And that'll just tweak those a little bit. And then F and G, we want to do a top alignment. I feel like that's a little high. Down a notch. There we go. And then I and H don't really go on the same line, so we're not really good with those. So let's go ahead and make sure we don't have anything extraneous. And there we go. We have a full schematic, and we can go to File, Document, Properties, and we can say Resize to Content. And there's your schematic. Ready to export, ready to work with, under 8 minutes. And some of those 8 minutes were me undoing things that I messed up. But the more you work with it, the easier it gets.